going to be choosing our September TBR. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you clicked on today's video. As you can see from the title, we are going to be choosing our September TBR. This holds a bunch of different prompts for books that I can choose. So for example, a book that's read, a book that's over 500 pages, the least rated book on Goodreads, stuff like that. Still gives me an opportunity to choose rather than a book being chosen for me, but it's a little bit more limited because I have to really think outside of the box, especially for some of these prompts. I did already pre-write all of the prompts that I put in here. I think I counted something upwards of like 80 prompts. There are so many good prompts in here, so I'm very excited to see what I'm gonna get from there. And then in here, we obviously have every single book that is on my physical TBR, which is very daunting because I have some books on my bookshelves that have been there for years, and I have books of almost every single genre. We have classics, literary fiction, romance, fantasy, thrillers, suspense, young adult books, cozy mysteries, cozy fantasy, like you name it. We have a book somewhere on one of my shelves. So I'm really nervous to see what I get from here. I'm hoping it's not like a classic or a nonfiction book because I'm not quite in the mood for that right now. So I'm really hoping that it's not one of those, but let's actually get to choosing our TBR prompts because I'm so excited. I guess it would make more sense to pull from the books first so that I know which books are off limits for when I choose them. 2 or 3 depending on which books I get. I think that's a good number, so. Okay. The Beautiful. This is actually a book that I've had on my TBR for probably about 2 years now, and I've always been intrigued by it, but I don't know what it's about. I think it's like a vampire book, but I don't know. I'm actually really intrigued by this. Okay, so this is The Beautiful. It is a vampire book. It's always given me like Vampire Diaries vibes or Twilight vibes. Actually, definitely Twilight vibes because we have like the red rose petals. Okay, that's actually really interesting. So this is honestly the perfect book to start off the fall season. I actually don't think it could have gotten more perfect than this. We got vampires, we have forbidden love. This is a good one. I'm excited about that one. Put that in here. So that is book number 1. That was a good pick, but let's pick the next book. Let's hope that it's just as good, but maybe we can't be too hopeful. Okay, I want this one. Let's grab the lid. The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. So there are 3 Hermione fanfictions that were or are supposed to be published this year. I am a huge Hermione stan. Like, I will ship them forever and ever. Ever since I read Manacled, I literally can't think of Harry Potter the same way, and I'm so excited that it's being traditionally published, although it's not going to be the same because obviously the characters have to be named different and the setting and the world has to be a little bit different. This is The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. I think I did read something about it being very loosely based on a fanfiction that this author originally wrote. I don't think it's the exact same. I think there were some significant changes and that it was based loosely off of the original fanfiction. Since we have Alchemized being published next month, I was gonna do like a big Hermione readathon because I obviously really want to read all of the books that are being traditionally published. So since this book was already kind of a part of my September TBR, I'm gonna choose another book because that doesn't make it fun. I'm gonna pick another one, but so far we've gotten 2 really good picks. What are the chances? That honestly couldn't have gone any better. Hopefully we get another really good pick, but I don't know if we'll get lucky a 3rd time. I knew we were too lucky the first 2 times. I don't want to redraw, but I know I'm not going to read this book. I know myself. So I'm going to fold this back up and we're going to put it back into the TBR jar and we're going to redraw. I don't know why I still have that book. I guess I think at some point I'm going to get around to it, which may be very true, but that time is not now. So we're going to draw again. Okay. Nope. Okay, Your Blood, My Bones. That's actually another really good pick. Honestly, This book would have been part of my fall TBR had I actually made one yet, but I have not. I'm actually pretty excited that I drew this one because this ticks off a book from my Fairy Loot or my special edition shelf, which is up there. I have a lot of special editions because I was subscribed to Fairy Loot for almost 2 years, Illumicrate for almost a year, and Owlcrate for a couple months. I was kind of trying them all out at one point just to see which one I liked better. So that is why I have so many special editions up there, but this is one of those special editions that I got from Owlcrate, and it is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you could see that correctly, but it has artwork on the dust jacket, which is so neat. And then this is the naked hardback, which, again, gorgeous. I loved this so much. I just haven't ever gotten around to actually reading it, which is my own fault. I did tell myself so many times that I was going to read this. I think I had this on last year's fall TBR because I did make an absurdly large fall TBR last year. I was very delusional and I thought that I could read like 50 books in 2 months. This book sounded really interesting to me when I first heard about it, when I first saw it in stores last year. Super exciting. This did really good, except for when it chose on the origin of species. Like, what were you thinking? So now it is finally time to choose the TBR prompts, which I'm so excited for because this means that I can actually choose the book that I want, but we obviously are limited based on the prompt that we get. So let's see what we actually get. I'm gonna choose the books after I pull all the prompts. So I think we're gonna pull 3 prompts. So let's do that first and then I'll decide which books I'm gonna actually grab. Look at me struggling. Okay, we got one. This says, a book with a black cover. I think this one is going to be a little bit easy. So we got a book with a black cover and a book with a red cover. I shook this up really well, and yet I got 2 that I wrote almost right next to each other. So I don't know what's going on with that. All right, let's go with this one. Ooh, okay. A reread you've been needing an excuse to revisit. This is actually really exciting. I wrote this down with a book in mind, so I'm kind of excited that I got that one. All right, I know I said 5 to 6 books, but this is kind of fun. We're gonna pick one more, especially because we got the black cover and red cover. That kind of feels a little bit like cheating. So let's just pick one more and then we're gonna call it quits. I'm holding myself to that because I need to stop. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. Okay, let's choose this one. Put that down and close it. A book that includes rich people drama. This one might take some thinking. That one is interesting. All right, so let me choose real quick. I think we have a very good stack of books here, and I'm actually really excited about them. We're gonna go in not any particular order. A book that includes rich people drama. This could be interpreted in so many different ways, but the way that I interpreted it is I'm kind of thinking like a Bridgerton-esque type of rich people drama. And the first book that caught my attention with that thought in mind is The Darkness Within Us. I got this book a long time ago actually, and I haven't really been inclined to pick it up because it's more of a fall book. In this picture, he looks like he has fangs. So I'm inclined to believe that this has vampires in it, although it doesn't say so specifically. I mean, I think it's insinuated here by saying my husband is taking too long to die. I don't know. So this one is about a girl who is very smart, very ambitious apparently. She got married and became a wealthy duchess. Her goal was to wait until her husband dies and just take all the money. Apparently that doesn't happen because a man claiming to be her husband's estranged grandson turns up to steal her inheritance, and to make matters worse, her little sister is about to become queen. That sounds like rich people drama to me. Honestly, I don't think I could have picked a better book for this prompt. I'm kind of excited for that one. So next we have a book with a black cover. For this one, I had a few choices in mind. I ended up choosing Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is one of the last books that I have to read of hers in order to be completely caught up. And I know that the sequel is coming out sometime soon. I'm pretty sure this is like an Omegaverse romance, if that's what it's called. I'm willing to give this a shot, and obviously I do want to catch up with Ali Hazelwood's backlog of books. So I decided to choose this one for the A Book with a Black Cover prompt because why not? I thought that it'd be kind of fun. Next we have A Book with a Red Cover. Now this one was quite a bit harder to choose because I actually don't have many read books, and the read books that I do have, I've actually already read them. So I didn't think it would be fair to choose a book that I've already read for this prompt. I decided that I'm gonna go all in, and I'm finally gonna start the Crescent City series next month. I have been putting this series off for so long. I mean, do you see how big these books are? And all of them are like that. This series has been super intimidating to start. I already finished Throne of Glass and ACOTAR, but this one, it's just so daunting to me. Not only are they really big books, but I also heard that the series drops off quite a bit by the third book. Honestly, I'm nervous that I'm gonna get so invested in this series. I'm dedicating all this time to reading these books and then it just drops off in the third book, which would be devastating because that's a lot of time and commitment just to not like the book. I do have to start it at some point because obviously with the ACOTAR 6 announcement, we do have to read this series and I have not read it yet. So I think this is my calling. This is my time to finally pick up this series because I've been putting it off for way too long. So this is my choice for A Book with a Red Cover. I'm excited, but I'm also very nervous for it. I guess we will see how long it will take me to read this book, and maybe I'll put it in like a reading vlog or something. I don't know. We'll see about that, but I am really excited about this one. It's been put off for too long, and I did need to get around to it at some point. Finally, our last prompt for this video is a reread you've been needing an excuse to revisit. Just to kind of keep up with the fall vibes, I decided to pick up Six of Crows. This was a 5-star read for me last year, and I loved every second of it. My only regret when reading this book is that I did not annotate it. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for me to actually go back, reread it, and actually annotate it, because I have been wanting to do that for so long. This book deserves to be annotated. It is such a good book. Honestly, I think this is a really good stack of books that we got here. I think this TBR jar video actually went really well. Some of these books have been on my TBR for a very, very long time, so I'm so excited that I finally have some type of motivation to actually pick them up and read them. I don't think there's a single book in here that I'm not excited to read. If you have read any of these books, then let me know what you thought about them down in the comments, because I definitely want to see what your thoughts are. Obviously, I've already read Six of Crows. I will accept no hate for this book, so don't even try. If you're still watching, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you clicked on today's video, and I'm so glad that you stuck around. I will catch you in the next video. Bye!